Yo, grab the mic, it is I, Mr. Real Talk 101. You already know what it is. It's Making Moves Monday. And if you ain't made a move today and it's 7 o'clock in Detroit, you just wasted a whole day. A whole day. I am Mr. Real Talk 101. I'm about to touch your very simple souls. And some souls that just don't know will be Donkey Kong tonight. But I got my co-host. And she is who?
Lady C.
Lady C.
What's up, good people?
I see you caught on to that, huh?
Yeah, I guess I'll go along with the Lady
You
C.
might as well go on because you ain't come up with one. And then we got the one and only
Bunny.
Yes, Bunny is in the building. Bunny is in the building. You know, yesterday we had a fashion show. Well, not we.
Creole by Keka.
Yes. And I loved it. I had a good time. I really did have a good time. And Bunny was just looking just fabulous. She's like she just belonged on a BET red carpet. She was doing it up. Then we had Coco in the building. Yeah, shout out to Coco if she's tuning in, which I doubt it.
Coco is now officially a bunny. I just wanted to shout that out. She ran off the red carpet saying, yelling that she was a bunny. She is officially a bunny.
Oh, yeah. She's the bunny. She's the bunny. Can you hear me over there?
Yes.
Yes, you there with me?
Uh-huh.
Good. So how was your weekend?
It was beautiful. It was nice and relaxing. You know, I went to a couple parties. It was nice. I enjoyed myself.
Couple of parties. You just you one of them. How can I say this? You show one thing, but you do so many others. Look at you.
What she say last week? Another one.
Yeah,
another
yeah.
show.
Another show, right? That's what's up, man. We got us a good topic. We got a special guest that will be walking in very soon, so be tuned in for that. But the topic today is child support, man. Is child support really making it easy for these homes to be unstable today? Yes, 1248-429-7224. Now, listen to these words before somebody get pissy over this conversation.
Yeah, gonna hurt some feelings today.
All right, well, because it will happen. Somebody feelings will be touched. Now, is child support making it easy for our homes to be unstable today? Is that clear? Is that simple? Nothing more, nothing less. So I'm gonna get y'all ladies' opinions and your thoughts on that. And I'm gonna start with my co-host, Miss Lady C. How you feeling about that?
Okay, so without even going into the statistics, you know, there are a lot of children out here who live in single parent homes. And that's a shame already. But there were two contributing factors to that child being here or children. And that means that because there are two responsible parties, there needs to be support from both parents.
Agreed.
One parent should not be solely responsible for a child that was created by two. That's my take on it. That's the way it is.
I you know what, Lady C, I absolutely agree with that. You know, it's like when you're a kid and you first start having sex and your parents say, you know what, it takes two people to make a baby. Well, that's absolutely true. Not only does it take two people to make a baby, it's gonna take two people to raise that baby.
Right.
And even if they're not two individuals, it's still gonna take two incomes.
It's gonna take two incomes.
And there's no reason that one person should have to supplement for another person's income.
Right.
Especially when it comes to children. That's just my personal opinion.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree. There are so many angry people out here that are upset because child support is a thing. I'm upset that child support even has to be a thing. It should not take a government entity to tell two parents to be responsible for a child that they made. It just shouldn't take all that. But unfortunately, that's what it has come to.
I like that, even though I didn't hear most of it, but what I heard thus far, you're right. Your ladies are right. It shouldn't have to be there. But seeing that society mentality today is so, how can I say this?
Jacked up.
Fucked up. Literally fucked up. And the reason why I say that is because the simple fact The simple fact is this: when you got a man not understanding what he want and the responsibilities that come with laying with a woman without protection,
Mhm.
and then create something that he's not man enough to stand in place for.
Mhm.
Right.
You was standing as a man when you was up in her and when you
Mhm.
laid the baby batter.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
once you decide to leave this, baby batter, you want to bitch
Baby,
out.
baby.
Right.
But now, this is the kicker too.
Mhm.
Now, there's a carrier, and that's the woman.
Mhm.
Right.
Now, there's so many different types of men that can get between those legs. That comes from you. Now, if you're not able to make the right choice in the first one,
Mhm.
don't continuously make 7 more with this motherfucker.
Amen.
I agree.
I mean, how can you
Right.
you knew he wasn't shit from day one,
Right.
but you decided to stay with him due to the fact of how he sex you, his
Mhm.
car, his money, everything else but the simple fact of love.
He
Because
looked good.
he looked good or
You know
whatever.
what? I had a friend
He
who
got
kept having
swag.
babies because she liked how her babies looked.
Oh.
She just said she made pretty babies, so she just kept having pretty babies on child support.
On child support.
It was a thing. It's a thing.
You
It's
know,
a thing. It's real.
I hope she's tuning in because
I
I
hope
just
so.
want to Donkey Kong her one good time. One good time. But we got us a special guest and we gonna come right
Whoop,
back to this
whoop.
conversation because Big Boss, even though he ain't here,
He's on the way.
he's on the way. That's what's up, man. I want you to introduce yourself and let the listeners know who you are. What made you say, let me go and grab the mic and chop it up with Mr. Real Talk 101?
Hey, I'm Babe E. I am a model, an actress, and an artist here from Detroit, Michigan.
Yes.
Wow.
All right.
Detroit.
Right.
Now it's time
Detroit.
for me to really, put myself out here and really just keep my face on the scene as much as possible. I actually been working for about this will be the 3rd year. But I started off just strictly modeling, and I started off with UBC International Modeling, which was the ring girls for like boxing matches and everything.
Mhm.
I started off with that, and then I just took it from there. Then I got introduced to Maniac. I'm sure you guys.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Maniac is my
Mhm.
I
road
got
dog.
introduced to Maniac. Then I did Snake 2.
Oh,
And
okay.
after that,
nice.
I was stuck on the Maniac wing ever since then.
Beautiful.
That's a beautiful
Maniac's
thing.
actually my manager.
Shouts out to
Nice.
Maniac, man. If y'all
Shout
need a
out to
commercial
Maniac.
did, a movie did, this guy is the one to see. Even tickets, this guy is the one to see, man. Maniac is good people. Shouts out to him. And while we on that shouts, I want to give a shout out right quick to Infusion, Miss Erica Craves, man. Miss Honey, she's tuned in. I know she's tuned in. She stayed tuned in. And also, we got some listeners all the way in Trinidad, Black and Knees, in this barbershop. Tuned in. He stayed tuned in. So we want to give a shout out to Trinidad and also in Jamaica, Richie Porter. Up, my brother. He stayed tuned in. Him and Gianni, man. I just want to let y'all know we are heard worldwide. So don't be afraid to shout out where you listening in or where you tuning in at, and I may shout you out as well. But Babe E,
Yes.
Babe E,
Babe E.
Babe E.
Baby E. You get a lot of just baby and you have to correct them like, no,
I
it's
do.
babe
I do because it's
E.
more babe because how it's spelled is BABE, but the
Mhm.
E are in quotation, so it stand out from itself.
Oh.
Because my family, everybody called me Ika. That's the name everyone called me, so I wanted to make sure I keep Ika alive in some type of way. So I put the E in quotations to stand out on its own. But I got the name when I started with UBC because I was the baby out of all the girls that were with them. So they was like, "Oh, you got the baby face and you the youngest, so we gonna call you baby." And it was like, "Oh, Babe E,"
Mhm.
So that's what and I stuck with
Nice,
it.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice,
When I tell
nice.
everybody to mean it to it, they be like, "Oh, okay," So it's just really the E stands out on its own just to keep Ika alive.
Oh,
Nice.
that's what's up. You look young. What you what? 22?
Thank you. No.
She said, "Thank you." No.
Wait a minute, hold on. I crack jokes every week about being the youngest one at the table. Am I not the youngest one at the table anymore?
Now you know what? There she go.
It's
It's too,
shady in here.
Yeah, shade, 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 shade.
it's too early. It's too early.
I'm 28.
Oh, okay. I thought you was about to say, "No, I'm 48."
No, just turned 28, February 4th.
That's what's up. That's what's up. February the 4th. Hey, I want to give another shout out. I'm getting texts like, "You better say my name."
Say my name, say my name.
Shouts out to Kim. She's tuned in from Las Vegas. Shouts out to my hater, the one and only, because she stay tunes in just to talk about my post and say I just don't make no damn sense. All the way from Ohio in the cornfields, we got Megan in the corn motherfucking fields. There's a lot of corn in Ohio. But no, shouts out to Megan, man. She stayed tuned in and hating at the same time. That's what you call a hater fan. And I just gave her 3 minutes, and now let's move on. So, how long you been doing this, love?
I actually been doing music for about 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had started off because I was with I started rapping with these other people I was doing movies with, and he came to me and he was like, "You model, you acting, you do everything. You do commercials, you doing this, you do." He's like, "You might as well do music." And I was like, "I'm not no rapper, because I'm really girly girl." So I'm like, I can't see myself on stage hardcore, talking junk, And he was like, "Try it. I'm gonna give you a beat." And he gave me a beat, and it took me about 2 weeks to write it. But when I wrote it, and when I say everybody fell in love with it, still to this day, it rocks.
That's what's up. So now here comes the apology. I am so sorry that your music would not be played today, due to the fact that we needed 24 hours prior to play it. So actually, that's your manager. And whoever else, they should know this.
Mm-hmm.
They should know this. So what we're going to do is, once we get into rotation, we're going to play it, and we will have you back here, and then you can open it up and talk a little bit more about it. But not saying be quiet. You can still talk about you, but just to give you heads up, you need at least 24 hours to have your music into rotation. This take work.
Absolutely understandable.
It's just not something you could just take out of an email and say play. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? You got to go through the MP3 formatting and all that. It is MP3, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, one thing I do want to say, I did hear it. I did listen.
You did?
Yes. Well, to be honest with you, yes, I listen to all the music that's sent. Some garbage I will play and talk about it.
Nothing wrong with that.
I probably not all garbage make it, just some.
Yeah.
But I do get good music, and yours is different. I like that. So, you sing and rap?
No, I just rap. I wish I could sing.
I think you can. I think you can.
Like the new track I just dropped, it'll probably be presented to you guys really soon. I stood on the shoulders of a giant. I remade "I Need Love" to LL Cool J.
Oh,
but
nice.
Instead of "I Need Love," it was "I Need a Thug."
Okay.
And
oh my lord!
It's pretty dope.
You just opened up a can.
Because
right
when
there.
they did that, when they did it though, when they came to me about it, I was like, that track was a hit. It was like, I'm really standing on the shoulders of a giant to remake that track, but in the female version, But it was like, okay, I love challenges and I love challenging myself. So when Maniac remake, because Maniac was the one who remade the beat to it. So when he did it and they sent it to me, I was like, wait.
That's what's up.
So
Let's go.
dope, and we're trying to get some hot people to feature on the track with me. So it's not just me that's going to be on that track.
Oh, okay. So do you freestyle?
Not really. I'm learning that.
You
I write all my music though.
I usually
everything.
don't ask those questions. I usually just put them on the spot and be like, "Give me something." So you got a break right there. You really
I write everything because how I feel like when it comes to me and my music, everything is a story. In the track that you actually listen to, Erotica, when they came with that one, it was more so like, like, I don't know if you guys seen the video and everything to it when he came to, it's like, because Monty SS from Team Money Hungry, he was the one who did the hook. So when I heard it, Erotic City, Pantheon, it's like,
well, don't stop. Don't give us something. Give us a little bit of something.
I went to Boss, I was like, you want me to rap about strippers? I cannot relate to that. He was like, no, it ain't really so much about strippers. You want to grab the attention. So it's like it's relating to all the women who deal with men who can't help or support them, but got a problem with how they make their money. And what they do, but you don't come with nothing. So it's like,
that's
so
another
we took
topic.
There you go.
Another
the
topic.
strip club, the strippers, and they're just like, okay, let's draw some attention. Let's really make.
Wait a minute.
You giving Mr. Real Talk some ideas.
Don't overtalk that, because I heard something there saying that women are getting sick and tired of men that not doing or can't do or won't do. but happy with what they're doing and it's lacking? Is it basically what you're saying, right?
No.
What you said it
What I'm
again.
saying is, when you're in a relationship with
Mhm,
somebody and
mhm.
they don't have nothing to bring to the table or to offer you. You pay all your bills by yourself. You pay for school by yourself. You take care of your kids by yourself. But you have something to say about how I make my money. Oh, I'm in the strip club every night. How you say, oh, you're a hoe. Can we cuss on this?
Oh, oh yes, you
You're a
can.
hoe. Or you're a whore. Stereotyping, because of
Nah.
how I make my money. And it's like, don't do that. I could be paying for school. You
Now
never know why I'm doing this. I'm trying to take care of my kids to put them in college.
it's funny. It's funny that you say that because our topic today has some type of relation to this.
Right.
It has some type of relation to this, and the relation is women will accept these nothing motherfuckers,
Absolutely.
literally,
Yeah.
and then you question his actions when you knew he couldn't bring shit to the table.
Absolutely.
But my thing is this: why is it this bum fault for winning your prize?
Because it's like this with women. Like they say, when a man sleep with a woman, they can sleep with a woman and I catch feelings.
Clearly, you do. Clearly, women do because
no, a man. When a man sleep with a woman, they can sleep with a woman and not catch feelings. But women, it's emotional attachment.
Who told you
so
that?
Sometimes you might.
Wait a minute. Who told you that shit?
I think
But-
I think it's more likely that a woman would catch feelings.
Yeah,
before
a woman
man
will
will.
catch your feelings before a man will.
But
So
I'm
that's-
gonna tell you this right now. The reason why most men don't catch feelings after sex is because most women are mattress material and not marriage material.
Hold on now. Wait a minute.
And so
Wait a minute.
therefore, after sex, that's all it is.
Some of y'all just dogs, though.
Well,
Yeah.
It don't matter what type of quality woman.
Right.
Some of y'all dog a good woman. Just
All the
because,
time.
Yeah.
just
All the
because
time.
you a
Now,
dog, it's
this-
just
Right.
no. Now wait a second. Now just because women have a nature to catch feelings, men have a nature to just be dogs.
Right, to just plant
Some of
that
them you
Johnny
can train a
Appleseed.
little
and
better than
sometimes
other ones,
it can come
but
from
for the most part, they
intimidation.
And get
dogs.
mad when a
Some men
forest
can't-
sprout up.
some
Thank
men
you.
can't take the woman being the breadwinner.
Wait a minute. Hold the fuck.
They can't take it.
Damn, you talked yourself right into a Donkey Kong. Because
Uh-oh.
I'm about to tell you right now.
It's a weak man out here.
Yes, it is some weak men, and it's some weak men loving them. Weak women loving them.
That's the
Because you
Facts.
only gotta be weak to deal with these type of men. You only gotta be weak to deal with them so long that you still gotta cuss him out, stress out over him, but you the bread motherfucking winner. How in the hell does a nothing motherfucker sex you every night, but you go to work every day while he on your couch drinking your kids' juicy juice and waiting on you to come home so you can pay for his haircut?
Right.
How do you women allow these bums to do it?
Right.
Well,
Can't help who you love.
speaking on helping who you love, do you love yourself first or nothing motherfucker?
Well,
right.
when
Love
you
yourself.
do that, it's definitely you love the nothing motherfucker before you love yourself.
Oh my God.
If you go that route, and if you deal with a man like that, then clearly you don't love yourself.
You clearly don't love yourself.
Clearly you don't.
And this is why we have the situation and the epidemics that we have right now when it comes to family.
I would
Because
consider
of
it
the
an epidemic,
choices
yeah.
that men and women are making
Absolutely.
when they lay with each other. The man is not a man yet. Why? Because she accepted him.
He don't have to be.
He don't have to be.
Mhm.
You
He got the
accepted
dog
him.
without being one.
Right. He got your goods. I mean, when a bum runs over $30, he happy as hell. He like, damn, I just found me $30. He gonna try to stretch that $30 for a minute because he know he ain't got no other way to run into another one. So my thing is this: when another motherfucker know that he got something and she accepts it, do you think he gonna want to better himself because you accept his nothing? When everybody, I tell everybody this: everybody know when you ain't shit. Everybody know your own lane.
Including you. You know when you ain't shit.
You first know this. You first know this, and if you don't know this, you're lying to yourself. So my thing is this: when it comes to this government situation, a lot of people will feel like she say, my co-host, Lady C, she literally say, if we all just take care of our kids. But what happened before our kids? Do we take care of ourselves?
Well, the answer is obviously no, because we have a lot of children out here who don't have both parents in the home. We have too many children out here whose fathers are nowhere to be found. And not only that, they don't have a relationship with their children, they're absentee, and they're not providing any financial support. It takes money to raise children.
Absolutely.
I don't care what you heard. There's a roof over their heads, there's food, there's all kinds of other things that come up. There's medical care, there's dental care. There's school lunch money. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. This is one of the things I read. Okay. And first of all, in 2013, there was $32.9 billion owed in child support.
How much?
32.9 billion.
32.9
Do you know
billion.
Do you know what this country could do with $32.9 billion?
Fix all those potholes for
Wait a
one.
minute.
We're gonna start with them potholes.
Now ask me how much of that was actually reported as received. Only 69%. So even with child support enforcement in place, we still have a bunch of motherfuckers not paying child support, not supporting their children. And I'm telling you something, that's a problem. That's a huge problem.
Well, to be honest with you,
well, child support doesn't necessarily constitute a man taking care of his
children. It sure don't.
Because you gotta remember,
money.
That's the system.
Come on.
On one end, that's the system, and on the other end, there's an end where a father, like my daughter, stays with me. My daughter lives with me. You know what I'm saying? And I take care of my daughter. And her mother was receiving aid or whatever. And child support decided to look for me for child support. So I went to court and I'm battling the situation. Well, my daughter stays with me. My daughter goes to school from my house. My daughter, everything like that. But they still gonna have it on there. You owe child support. I don't owe you anything. I owe my daughter. Whatever, So if a guy's taking care of his daughter but not putting the money through the system, then you can't allocate those dollars. You can't count those dollars.
True. Very true.
And here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you something. Out of all of that money that's due for child support, let me tell you something. There's only like 10% of the child support orders out there that are informal, which means are outside of the front of the court or outside of the court system. So that means a small percentage of parents actually got together and said, hey, we're going to both decide to take care of our children the right way instead of having to have the court get involved with that. But unfortunately, we have that in place because a lot of people are not willing to do it. They're not doing it voluntarily. So that means the court has to get involved, and it's just an unfortunate thing that it has to happen. You're a good case. You know what I'm saying? That's honorable and that's respectable. But there are so many people out here, like I said before, there's so many Johnnies out here spreading their apple seeds all over the place and get pissed off when a tree grows. Well, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? When you know you have a child out there, when you know you out here, you know what I'm saying, raw dogging it, understand now that there's consequences to your actions. And unfortunately, not only is it going to be inconvenient for you in terms of child support, but what about that child that has to grow up without their father?
But
what
listen,
about that child that has to do without?
You know what? I heard everything you just said. And everything you just said was basically spreading his seeds. Johnny doing this, Johnny doing that, but you can't plant a seed without soil.
Oh, I ain't got started on the mama
Wait a minute,
yet.
hold up. Wait a minute. Because a lot of you women letting Johnny hit and plant his seed to the point that it's like, it ain't my fault he came in me. You know when you feel that swell.
Oh, Lord.
You know when you feel that swell, something is about to happen. Push out. Or you know if he ain't got no protection, say something. Oh, you need to put something on or you're not getting this. Your standards are to the point that many women don't know what real love is until they get in bed with another man. They think sexing a man is loving a man, or you think sexing a man is going to make him fall in love with you. Hell no. I promise you, I don't care how wet you get. I don't care how sweet it is. A man will not fall in love with you just because of your damn sweet box.
And that's the truth.
I'm sorry for you. Ask the women out there that can give it to him for at least a bag of Uncle Ray's and a loud blunt.
Oh my God.
Seriously.
Lord.
Whose soul you touching today?
Man, you better stop playing.
You done hurt somebody feelings with the real talk. I ain't playing with you today.
Uncle Ray's.
He hit home with the Uncle Ray's. Now wait a second.
I'm sorry, but
No,
What?
don't be sorry. That's the truth. That's real talk.
Really?
look, for real. That's how you feel. But my thing is this: man need to pay attention. That is the shit. For real, that's the shit. I
Start
promise.
dancing in here.
No, that's that. Once you play this, your mental supposed to see. One people don't understand is sex start mentally,
Yeah.
and if you're not stimulated by the man or the man is not stimulated by you, what do you really possibly think is only next?
Right.
Sex.
Right.
It's so universal, everybody can get it, but everybody can't get stimulation.
You know, it's a shame, but
That's
I'm
deep.
gonna say this. I'm thinking about a lot of these women that I have seen these are real life women that I've come across. There are still women that are looking for men to provide them with children so that they can get child support.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
So
yes.
that so they don't have to work as hard or work as much, so they keep that money coming in.
Mhm.
Never mind the
It's a
18-year
hustle.
It's a
plus
touchy topic for me.
responsibility
You know,
that comes in.
But
It's
you-
just I
but
just
what-
don't understand the mindset between both parties with
But
all
I
these
mean, it's
children coming
It's
into
a
the world
hustle
like
because
this.
when you look at
It is. I believe
you
it's
look
a
at
hustle.
NBA players, you look at these high class actors, they have to be very careful on who they messing with or who they choosing because these girls will trap them. You know.
so
That's
what
it.
about what about the women, you know, who don't want the child support, but you know, when you have children and you getting help from assistance from the government, like Medicaid, to make sure your kids, you know, or food stamps, for instance, you know,
Well, no,
but you don't want the child support, but it's like
I
I'm
don't-
not going to get my, you know, what I need to help provide for my kids cut off just to put you in a comfort level. You don't even live in our home. You
No,
know?
I don't think it's applying to women that are making moves outside of
Right.
Yeah.
child support
Right.
and government assistance and things like that, because a lot of people, we're speaking on the women that will have, you know, they'll have all of the it's the state aid that they can get, and that's it. You know,
Right.
they're not going out trying to provide means outside of that. We talking about those who looking for that check every month, like, oh girl, I gotta go get my hair done. My check will be here on the 3rd. No, well, that check not for you, that's for that baby. You know, so I think this conversation more so applies to those women outside of the women who, because like we said earlier, you know, it takes two incomes to raise a child,
Yeah,
whether
it
it's
do.
two individuals,
does.
it takes two incomes.
It really
It's a
does.
touchy
So,
topic for me.
yeah,
It's
it's a
something
touchy
I'm
topic.
going through
It's-
right now.
But you know what?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
why I have these topics.
Mhm.
It's to touch those souls. It's not to bash you. It's not to harm you. It's to give you something to really think about.
Mhm.
Because right now, our generation, our culture, the human race is literally dying off real
Absolutely.
fast.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Real
It
fast.
is.
And we're separating man and woman, literally. And this topic was really not based on what we're talking about right now. Basically, what I mean by this, the government set this in place for a reason.
Mhm.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
let me ask you women this. If you knew there was no child support, if you knew there was no way in getting no income from no help, you would be cautious on who you lay with.
Absolutely.
You would be
absolutely agree
more
with that.
cautious on
Yes.
who you lay with.
I agree.
Due to the fact that you know it ain't gonna be no help.
There is a lack of caution out here.
It's a
with these
lack of
women.
caution because a lot of women feel like, oh shit, Johnny, shit, he about to give me number
Well, that's
5.
the government's
Taxes.
fault.
Yeah.
The government placed the
They-
cost of
exactly.
support, you know. So now you got, you know, a girl 18 years old with 4 children.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? By 3 different guys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Come on.
Collecting.
Right.
But you know what boss said earlier? It's a hustle. Well, it's a hustle that the government is getting over
Mhm.
Right.
because the government is making money off wrong choices.
Yeah.
Literally,
And that's
literally.
what they do with the prison system and everything else.
Exactly.
absolutely.
That's a new way of
Absolutely.
slavery.
Mhm.
People is not hip. That's a new way
I
of
agree.
slavery. Because once you sign over your daddy name on child support, he in the system.
That's right.
It's easier to take it goes back to our dated history where it's easier to take the black man out of the home. A woman is willing to put up with less from a man if they know that they can get that assistance from the state.
Exactly.
So they're less willing to work out their family issues. They're less willing to go get help when they know, like, oh, okay, he gone. Oh, well, girl, I can just go get child support. I can just put him on this. I can do that. So women are more likely to not allow a man to work through his issues in the situation of being a man of the household. And they're more willing to just be like, oh, girl, he can go.
And that's the thing with these women attitude today, due to the fact of child support being there, it's like, oh, I really don't need your ass. Please walk away. What man want that? What man really want a woman to think that way towards him? That he is not needed, but you literally took his raw baby batter. You held that baby.
We don't have a better name for that, Mr. Real. Baby batter.
It is what
you know,
it
it's
is.
so funny at home. I call it sleazy sauce.
No, it's
I
baby
think
batter.
baby batter and sleazy sauce by around the same. Okay?
That's worse because you creating something off that batter. She said sleazy batter. Come here, little sleazy.
Oh my God.
But that's what y'all will be talking about that, because in you know, a lot of the music that we have today, you know, a lot of music, the youth tend to act out what they hear, you know, because a lot of it is stored into the subconscious. You might not know that you're feeding them this, but subconsciously, when they go somewhere, they begin to act out these.
They emulate it, right?
These, you know,
It's true. It's true because back then, I promise you, they did not play Two Live Crew or anybody on local airwaves.
Right.
And if our parents heard us listening to it,
Cut that.
ain't no cutting that. They taking our system and they throwing that cassette,
Right.
that cassette or that 45.
Oh Lord.
Now he got the young
Look,
jump.
I was about to say, it's not me today. It's not me today.
Yeah, it's on you today. That 8-track. Because some people had to get their 8-tracks thrown away. I mean, today's society, it seems like the mother and the child is bouncing off the same type of music. Back then, my father had the oldies but goodies, and I would listen to that. We had Run DMC, LL Cool J, and all of them. My father didn't listen to that. You know what I'm saying? We had our own type of music, parents and kids. Now today, you can see where we fucking up at, to the point that we literally recording our kids doing some retarded ass shit that's disgraced them. To the point that they record, look at my baby, he know how to do the percolator. Notice I said he. I'm serious. I ain't holding shit back. Exactly. And that's why we got the domino effect right now. It started with our choices. And it started with having. I hate when I hear people. I just don't trust people. Well, let me tell you something. Everything has a base, and that base is you.
Right.
So if you can have a hard time trusting somebody, clearly you have a hard time trusting yourself to place yourself in the proper space of somebody. Because a lot of people go to the club. Oh, look at Rico. He gonna be my baby daddy. Yeah, he just bought me 4 Long Islands. He can get this tonight. I got on my special, no panties. Yeah, they do be going out there. Women know that man gonna get it, even that bum gonna get it before that bum even beg for it or either put a fake dream in your head. All you want to know is how he lay.
And then as a result, a baby comes.
Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm fibbing. Tell me I'm fibbing, because today women are more thinking about sex than men are.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Come over here and give me some of that. What?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, literally, they are literally more. I mean, aggressive with it.
Just so your ladies know, all that overly aggressiveness is men don't think it's cute. They don't think it's attractive.
Speak on it.
They laugh at you behind your back and they talking about.
Hold up. Time out.
So you know.
Time out.
Speak
Wait a minute. Hold up. I'm not gonna let you lie on no man like that. Because to be honest, an aggressive woman, to be honest with you, when she's aggressive the proper way, when she know what she want.
But that
we
wasn't what
want
you was
that.
talking about just now.
We
That
love
wasn't what he
that.
was talking about just now.
He was talking about women calling for booty calls.
Oh yeah.
I have seen 40-some-year-old women on the phone call one guy after one guy after one guy trying to get into his bed, and neither one of them was having it. I don't know what it was about this woman. Now she's a very attractive woman and body and everything. I don't know.
She probably can get 13 minutes of mine.
You know what? I told you I ain't playing with you today, Mr. Real Talk.
Right. You go to your room.
Just 13 fucking minutes.
There
got
is
it down to
no.
a
I'm
science.
sorry. There's no way. There is no way.
But you know, I mean, people got to understand. I mean, by us coming in the world from that sweet box, of course. I mean, just think about if man didn't want you, how would you really feel? But you got to learn how to present yourself for a man to really want you for who you are versus than what he see. A lot of women will stimulate the wrong head on a man and wonder why he only stick around for a few nights.
Right.
But stimulate the right head on a man, he literally stays for life. Because sex don't start when we get naked. Sex starts mentally.
Right.
And like I said before, if we not stimulated mentally, sex is just gonna be sex. And
That's for
I
people who have substance, though.
Man.
Mr. Real Talk. Some
Mm.
people out here don't.
Mm.
They're not trying to hear all that. They're not trying to do all that. They're trying to get busy. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's it. And then they don't think about the consequences or the possibility of consequences
Mhm.
until way after. And as a result, we have what? Out of 73.7 million children in the United States, only 69% of them belong to two-parent homes. Okay, back in the 1960s, it was 80%, and that's like a big difference.
Mhm.
You know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
absolutely.
There are a lot of single parents out here,
Mhm.
and I really believe, and we all know, it's not about belief. We all know that it has led to a decline in the home life, in the
Mhm.
family life, in the community,
Well,
because we have
once-
so many single
But
parents.
you know,
Well,
what I
what-
don't understand is what I don't understand is just here. If you know you can't take care of the first baby,
Why keep happening?
why you got a second baby?
Right.
Third, fourth, fifth. I don't know.
Because the
I
sex
don't
is good
understand
to
it.
them. That's
them
all
checks,
it
the
goes back
bridge
to what we
card,
were saying. The
the
sex
shot,
is good.
The
to
bridge,
them.
no, not just the sex. The bridge card is good to
Yeah.
him
It's
because you get
economics.
more that you gain. The taxes return is good
Oh yeah,
to
the
him.
tax return.
They
Right.
do it for they literally use kids for money now.
Oh, yeah.
Not to love them, not to teach them, not to instill anything, but literally to obtain a 300 to 450 check.
And that's a
Maybe no,
shame.
wait a minute, $75
Mm.
to 350. Because there ain't no man in Detroit dishing out no 500, 700, 800
Yep.
dollars a month.
The average amount of child support is less than $500 a month, people.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you. And
So,
I ain't even do
hope
that damn
18
research.
I hope that 18 years was worth it. I hope that 18 years, because you
In
get
some
less
cases,
than
it's
$500.
longer than
That
that.
don't even cover my
Well,
utilities.
my kids, dad, they want. He pays $723 a month. Okay.
Mhm.
But so it actually depends on how many children you have, because they do it based off, I think it's like
Right.
300 per
No.
child.
Oh no, it
See,
ain't no
wait,
300 per
y'all-
child.
wait,
It
y'all
depends on his
understand.
They actually
income.
cut him a deal.
It depends on his income.
that as well.
Not no,
That's
because
all
to
you
be
make some
if he
money.
ain't making nothing, how can he expect for
That's
him to make
Yeah.
$300 a month?
Did y'all hear me? I said the average amount of child
Yeah,
support is
yeah.
500 per month, not per child, honey. It's
500
500
per month. Yeah. Regardless.
Yeah.
Are you
It's
serious?
yes,
That's
that,
average.
that to be honest with you, this is my thought. A lot of individuals serial date. And when you serial date, you swear you didn't get to know that man because that man that you had chosen to lay with, to have a baby with, was an option out of the many that you was already dealing with. Man, I'm fucking somebody's soul up. I'm sorry for you. But you got to understand, when you decide to choose one, because when you date many, the only thing you're going to be looking for is the good. You never can understand about the bad. How is this man under stress? Under pressure? How do he handle the argument? You don't look for the bad. All you looking for the good in each one of them, and you just cancel out one after another, one after another, until you decide to get to the last one. And that last one is the major shit. Why is he major shit? Because you had distractions. Dating, and I keep saying this over and over again, a lot of people get this shit fucked up due to the fact that their mentality, and they know they're not ready for commitment, or they know they're not built for a commitment. Because to be honest with you, when you date many, what do you do after you find that one?
Mr.
You
Real
go into a
Talk.
relationship, or do you start the dating processes all over again?
I'm hearing a hidden topic in here. I'm hearing the hidden topic.
No, it's not no hidden topic, because all of this starts from a base, and it starts from dating, or knowing how to date, knowing how to love yourself. Because when you love yourself, and then therefore when you create something out of options, now you got a family, to the point that we got the government utilizing middlemen, women, to obtain money from these nothing ass niggas.
I think that dating and sex don't always have to
Don't
be
change my
inclusive.
topic. Don't change my topic.
Wait,
So if she has several options, she don't have to be sleeping with all of them. But here's the problem with that.
Yeah, she
There
just be
are
sleeping
a
with
lot
two.
of there are a lot of women that are sleeping with
know what?
multiple men and getting pregnant. And unfortunately, there's children out here who are not getting the support, not getting the
Absolutely.
relationship with their father. I'll even use my own personal, and I'm not going too deep into my situation, but I did not go to the friend of the court. Okay. We made an agreement. I knew that he was going to pay child support and that he was going to have a relationship with his daughter. That's all I cared about. That little money I'm getting it doesn't even cover my utilities. But like I said, he is there for his daughter. That's the main thing.
Absolutely.
I would
Yeah,
never,
yeah.
and I told her I would
Yeah.
never even involve the court. You have shown me that you love your daughter.
And that's-
You
and
care
that's
about
That's
her
some
having a
real
roof over her
stuff.
head.
That's me.
You care about her having a relationship.
Mhm.
She is a 4.1 GPA student. She is going to honors
A
college
what?
in the fall.
Wait a
Because
minute.
her father and
A
her
what?
and her mother
You can go
came
above a 4.0.
together
No, you
and
can't.
took care of her.
Yeah.
What is that? An A plus?
You know what?
Right, it is.
But
It
that-
is.
but
I told you I ain't playing with you
That
today,
is-
Mr. Real Talk.
that
Yeah,
is-
it is.
That is
She's
that.
valedictorian.
Hey,
That
you
is-
go back.
He hit the gold. He hit the gold mine. That's all
Right.
it is.
That's all it is.
You know
But you
what
know,
I'm saying? He didn't
but
get a hood rat. He didn't get a hoochie.
exactly. But you know, all men are not bad and all women are not bad.
That's right.
It's
That's
just
what
a
I'm trying to
simple
say.
fact that we got a lot of individuals playing the role. You know, when you paint over bullshit and put peaches, roses, a little bit of flowers on bullshit, oh, it's still bullshit.
And
You
it come
just
from
decorated.
these like my generation, some of these men are raised without a father in the home with them.
Ooh,
So they don't know how to love. They don't know how to treat a woman. You know what I'm saying?
babe.
So, when it comes, you come from a toxic.
Gotta tell
It
you.
started at home.
Yes.
Real
Mm.
talk
So
right
when you
there.
come from a toxic household and a toxic
Yes.
background,
Yes.
and
Speak
then you
on it.
get in a relationship with somebody and you think, this is the person for you, and you thinking that, but when y'all break up, everything
It's a
releases. You see
whole
something
nother
totally
person,
different.
yep.
Like I said, my personal issue, I thought my baby daddy was Superman.
Mhm.
Now I left. We not together. We was together 10 years. We got a relationship at 15. I was in a real relationship at 15 years old. Together for 10 years. And all of a sudden, we're not together no more. All of a sudden, now our kids. Now I didn't go to the court. I don't like no white people in my business. I just don't. But
Well,
he felt
there's some
like.
chocolate in there
But
too.
he felt like, now, they want me to pay child support because our kids get Medicaid. And, so he felt like, since they don't want to take me on child support, since you don't want to get the kids' insurance cut off, let's fight for custody of my kids. That's bitter. That's very miserable.
But one thing, but this is what's leading to this. Due to the fact of woman knowing that child support is there to be her Superman.
But what,
Wait a
you
minute.
don't
Hold up,
want
baby.
it,
Wait a minute. But if you don't want to do better in your choices, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
but I think it goes to her Johnny Appleseed
Right.
method is that sometimes that apple look real good
Yeah.
until you cut it open.
Yeah.
Once you cut that apple open, it's rotten on the inside. You don't see that hole
Wait a
on the
minute.
bottom.
Wait a
You don't see
minute.
the hole on the bottom where that worm
Who
and wiggle
cut,
through.
who cut up an apple and
I'm
eat
just
around the worm?
No, I'm not saying. What?
Because a lot of
Sorry, I
women
got
doing
time.
that. You pick that apple.
No,
A lot of people
Some-
have a lot of hidden agendas. You never
There you
know.
go.
You never. Sometimes
There
they
you
say
go.
you really don't know a person until you live with a person.
Mm.
as
No,
well.
that's not true. That's not even true because you don't even know you. You don't know you until you is not here anymore. And people will talk about you then. We grow on a daily basis and people change on a daily basis, depending on who they are, their character, and their mental. See, a lot of people don't know who people is, and this is why relationships only last 14 business days.
Oh, it
literally.
just changed. What was it? 7 to 10 last time. Now it's
7 to
14.
10.
All right.
Now it's 14. I'm
14.
giving it a little leeway because
Right.
this one woman said, "Why it gotta be 10 days? Why it can't be 14?"
Well,
Fine,
that's
fucking
how
14.
It is quick like that.
Yeah, but
It's-
the reason
you
why
know.
because you don't know we don't. It goes back to dating. You thought you knew somebody when you was looking for all the good, but you didn't know who he was due to the fact of you being distracted by many. Dating do not means many. I'm going to date him, her.
Mhm.
It means obtaining data from one individual so you get to know to build more. Because, like I said, we got dated wrong to the point that now I didn't know she beat ass, or I didn't know he was a nothing, or I didn't know she had a mouth on her. Because a lot of women will be so quick to say, "Oh, I don't need no damn man." but you got 6 kids. You
Right.
needed a man for that shit.
Something.
Honey, how does that work? How do you say you don't need a man, but you got 6 kids?
That's a bitter remark.
Man, come on, that's a
Yeah.
bitter motherfucker.
Yeah.
See, a lot of women don't understand. You may not work with that man, you may hate that man, but those kids need that man.
And they
Absolutely.
love
And
that
once
man.
you
Always.
decide to say
Mhm.
that you don't need them, you don't have a you can't just tell your kids, oh, you don't need your
Yeah,
daddy.
Absolutely.
This is what's killing our homes
Yeah.
today.
Well,
That's
that's
the
the
mentality
type
being
of
passed
I don't play those games. You know, I ain't make them by myself. I ain't gonna raise them by myself.
Mhm.
And what we got going on ain't got nothing to do with these kids.
Mhm,
We gonna
absolutely.
raise them together.
But you know, from our generation, a lot of our generation don't feel like that.
They
A lot of
don't.
our
Mhm.
generation will teach their children.
yeah,
There was a video floating around maybe like a week or so ago on Facebook. A little girl was in the back seat crying
Oh,
because
I
her father, you know, and to me, that showed the character of the mother
Yeah.
because that child is reacting. Children at that age only act how they're taught.
Mhm.
Right.
They only act off of
Mhm.
what they see.
Right.
So at that age,
was
I mean,
playing a
yes, of
game.
course, they have their feelings, they have their emotions
Mhm.
as children, but they're basing it off of what mommy says,
Her
what
reaction.
mommy does,
Mhm.
how mommy acts when daddy doesn't pick her up.
And they
How-
remember that
and they
shit too.
remember that.
Yeah.
They
And
remember.
that carries on.
Mhm.
And a lot of time, and that goes for our young boys too.
Mhm.
Boys will get around their fathers and they'll hear their father say, "Your mama a bitch,"
Yeah.
or "Your
Mhm.
mama this," or "I can't stand when she do this. Why she acting like that?"
Mhm.
And that carries over to the mentality of our men.
Mhm.
Our men now are thinking that, oh, well, all women act like this. I don't want to have. I'm not gonna help her raise because this is how, you know, my daddy said that women are like this, or
Mhm.
my mama was like that. So I'm not gonna help her raise her child or
Mhm.
my child because this is what I got to deal with.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna take it one little bit step further. A lot of parents feel that the kids don't know shit.
Mm.
Well,
Oh,
it.
they
know
know,
it all.
they
Very
know it all.
intelligent.
They know
And
it.
they pay attention and they observe, because I use this analogy a lot. See, parents don't understand, mothers don't understand that you used to be a certain way before a man that wasn't just your kid's father came into the picture.
Mhm.
Now you're angry. You don't talk to him no more. You don't give him ice cream after a certain time no more, because this man that's not the kid's daddy is pissing you off. And you're angry and you're taking it out on them. Now they can't do nothing. See, when kids get this, do you think they want what their parents got? Hell no.
Absolutely not.
Because I wanted what my parents had, my grandparents and my aunties and uncles, due to the fact of what I seen, and I will not accept nothing motherfucking
But
less.
have you guys noticed, like, this generation now, the parents act like they our age.
And the grandparents.
Yeah.
Well,
When we say last week,
well,
grandparents,
Yeah.
grandparents 39 now.
39.
Grandparents act like they our age.
But you know, to be honest with you, the kids got 8 grandparents now.
Mm, oh, yeah.
They got literally 8 grandparents.
Right.
I need
not,
an easy
not
button.
4, but 8.
And 3 daddies.
And 3 daddies.
Wow.
It's back then, I promise you, in our grandparents' days, they had 11 to 12 kids.
Yeah, but it was
They
by the
had a
same
whole
man.
by the
Yeah.
same man.
Right.
By
That
the
man was
same
there
man. He
and
was
present.
there.
Yeah.
And
Whether he wanted to be or not,
not,
that man
Right.
he
was
was
He
there.
there.
wasn't perfect, but he was there.
He was there.
Mhm.
See, you know, a relationship is not perfect. A relationship is
Say that
not
again.
argue free.
Mhm.
You know, you're gonna have that, but once you get over your problems, your arguments, that's what you call growth.
Right.
You love each other a little bit more. A lot of people will run. Anybody that runs from me off our first argument, I say, thank you, Jesus.
Don't need him.
Right.
Thank you. I don't
Dodge
need
the
you nowhere, because
No
if we would have got
backbone.
married, I already know the
No
first
backbone.
argument you want a divorce.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I ain't got time for
And
the
you know
brother.
what? People who are like that, when they argue or they run from arguments, when they see something that they perceive to be better,
Mhm.
they come along. They the first
First-
ones to go.
The first
Why? Because
one.
they like, oh, that's the grass is greener on the other side mentality.
Hell
Right,
no.
yeah.
The
Hell
people
no.
who run from arguments or run from confrontation or run from conversations which adults have, you know, when they run from that, then that everything on the other side look better.
Man,
Especially when child support comes into play.
Oh, there you
because
go.
They know that they can, you know, you can go
Mhm.
ahead and go, you know,
Mhm.
I can go ahead and I'm gonna call child support on you though. See, it's
Mm.
sometimes it's used as a vindictive,
Oh, yeah.
like a revenge
Mhm,
type of
mhm.
thing.
Yes.
And that's the part that really pisses me off and I hate, because really it really should be to
I'm
provide
getting
for the
revenge on
children.
your
Yeah.
nothing
I really
ass.
hate that because I've seen some really good men hurt, lives
Mhm.
devastated by this
Mhm.
type of thing, and it's unfortunate.
You know what a lot of that comes from, though? I'm gonna equate that to a lot of I'm gonna equate that to a lot of listening to bad information from family and friends.
Mm.
So a lot of times you got to keep your family and friends out your business.
Where my button at?
Because what that does is that right there. First, what it does with your parents' side is turn parents against the boyfriend.
Oh yes.
So he can never do anything to make up what he just
Ever.
did with her. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So you got to learn how to just keep your relationship between y'all two. And
Preach.
if you want any advice, go to some type of counselor or pastor or
Yes.
something like that, because family and friends, they're gonna be biased.
And I like that because I hate when people say, you know, that I want to live like my parents. You can't live like the next. The only thing you can do is take a lesson from the next
Right.
and add it into your life.
Yes.
See, a lot of people don't know life is a lesson.
Right. A series of
That's how
lessons.
you grow. And arguments can be healthy.
Mhm.
It can be healthy when you argue, when you're talking to each other, not at each other.
Right.
There's a difference.
Right.
You know, and when you go to low blows, you just fucked up now.
We don't know how to talk to each other.
Mhm.
There's a severe lack of unity in our communities and in our homes, and that's the sad part about it. And I would really love to see change in that area. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to start with each individual. We have to change our mindset,
Yes.
like straight up.
And
Like enough
but
of this
can I be honest with
Yes.
y'all ladies? And I'm about to tell y'all something no other man would ever probably told you because he probably didn't want to tell you the truth. I'm about to tell you right now, raise your standards.
Oh.
Raise your
Where my
motherfucking
I
standards.
need a button.
Because
You gotta
right,
pause.
right. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Because if you don't raise your standards, if you keep on accepting these men, because they are winning, you got to think you're the prize. Women are the reason why men do. And when we know that's all you want is money, shit, we gonna hustle. We gonna have a nice ass car, half filled. We gonna stay with our boys or our mama, and then come to your house.
Right.
That's what I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
So them
I'm
Jodies.
gonna go ahead and say it.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I blame the woman for the way society is being formed today.
Yeah, they the nurture. They supposed to nurture society.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. If every woman came together, right, and let's say it was I forgot the guy that was talking about this. He was talking about doing a sex fast, like for these gang bangers. You know, your man out here thugging. You know, he a gang banger. You know, he was talking about women should cut these guys off sexually. Because a lot of what men do is because they try to impress the woman.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If it was all men on this earth, trust me, you wouldn't have that. You know.
Oh
That is
hell
true.
no! I would die on birth.
You know.
When
But
I know they
women
know
have-
women. Oh shit!
Women have
I'm
to,
gone.
Women have to come and set the standard. It's like even in the
Absolutely.
household.
Mhm.
The man is the head of the household, but the woman is the undertone of the household.
I
Because
like that.
the man is going to enforce what his woman is feeling.
And if
Absolutely.
you want a man to provide for a rat, you get rat tactics.
Right.
Damn.
Rat tactics.
Rat
Damn.
tactics.
Damn.
Well,
Rat tactics.
And you're right. It is up to us women to have standards and to decide
Absolutely.
what we're gonna allow and what we're not gonna allow. We have to stick to it. But here's the thing: we're so worried about the next woman getting that piece of shit that we know we don't need. Like
Yeah.
seriously though, you see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Well, you
They
know
don't want
what?
the next woman to have it, but you know he ain't shit anyway.
We got
Okay, wait,
five.
hold on 1 second, Mr. Real Talk. I got a comment. It says, "Don't blame the woman, blame the men that break our self-esteem so that we accept rubbish."
Oh my God! Wait a minute. We got 5 minutes. Let me clear that shit up right the fuck now, because any woman that gives a man more than 50% of her love to the point she has no love for herself and want to blame him, you's a fool. Because you the one stayed and decided to give all your love to a nothing motherfucker to the point that you're broken off this another motherfucker. And now it's 7 years later and he still touched your damn soul to the point that you still motherfucking broke it. That's your damn fault, not his. Because you already knew once you was giving 60% of your love and he wasn't giving much of nothing due to the fact that you're giving 60, you supposed to have been thinking and reevaluating who you're dealing with. Don't blame man because you accepted his ass.
Wait,
Blame-
and keep accepting, because here's the thing too.
Mm-hmm.
We talk all this stuff about what these men do wrong, but these men that we have children by, but that same man could come and get it at any time. The
Anytime.
child done grew up,
Mm-hmm.
he can still come back and get it. Now, what does that say about you?
That the
Yeah, that's
mentality is fucked up. My sex is my worth, not my mental.
Woo, That's a problem.
Oh my
What the-
God, damn!
Put a
I need
hand
to
clap
end
with
this-
a button.
Listen, let's end this show. Let's end this show, man. I am so sorry, man. If your soul been touched, I am so sorry for your attention to that motherfucker because I'm gonna touch it every time I get on this mic. And baby, I am so happy that you came and stopped by. I hope you come back Friday. We're gonna have, Friday or next Monday if you can, so we can play your music, so we can have you in on this topic because I see I touched your soul a little bit. Didn't I?
No.
Okay.
I'm tunnel vision out here.
That's what's up. That's what's up,
I
man.
don't see a lot that's going on.
That's what's
my
up.
focus is my babies. That's it. Nothing else matters.
I like it. I like
Right.
it. I am Mr. Real Talk 101, and she is who?
Lady C.
And she is who?
Bunny.
Bunny. We're gonna see you Friday, man. And like I said, man, when you love yourself, you see better, you obtain better. So please love yourself before you seek anybody else to love you. That shit ain't gonna happen. Woo. Ow! Soul touching.
Excellent show.
Yeah.